Hi, I'm John from Gentleman of Whiskey. This is Brandon, and this is an episode of This or That. No frills, just whiskey.
Just whiskey, no frills.
Okay.
I'm good now.
In this episode, we've got Elijah Craig A123, the newest batch from Elijah Craig, versus an Elijah Craig store pick from Fine Wine and Good Spirits, Pennsylvania's only liquor store. The A123 comes in at 125.6 proof. The store pick is 10 years and comes in at 125.1 proof. So we're actually going to leave. My wife is going to pour these, so we have them blind, and then we're going to come back and we're going to pick this or that.
We're back. I have a prediction.
Okay.
Here's the deal. We've got a single barrel from Fine Wine and Good Spirits. It's 10 years old.
Yep.
And we've got a batched 12-year-old special release.
Yep.
The first release of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
I have at other times had both of these.
Okay.
My prediction, I think, is that I'm going to, by blindly tasting these, I'm going to select the A123 as superior to the single barrel, the 10-year-old single barrel. That's my guess.
And I, even though it is a Fine Wine and Good Spirits pick, and my thoughts on those have been well documented, I think that the thing that is dragging the Elijah Craig barrel proofs down is their 12-year age statement. And I think that they are releasing the better barrels to the single barrel program.
I'm shocked. Okay, for real though. For real, I'm actually shocked. We were having this conversation earlier, talking about doing this video, and John makes that statement that the 12-year age statement on the ECBP A, B, and C releases are actually making them worse, which is crazy because you are saying that an older product is not as good as a younger product.
Yep.
Based on barrel selection and age.
But we're splitting hairs at 10 years versus 12 years now. But this barrel would have been overlooked at 10 years old until it got to 12 years old. And that might just be too much time in the wood. Elijah Craig might not be great at barrel proof at 12 years old.
We're going to find out.
Yeah, we're going to find out.
I can't wait.
Starting on the left?
Starting on the left. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. I'm going to swirl this around. Get a little bit of air. All right. This sample smells amazing, and I'm not afraid to say that.
It's a little funky.
Come on.
I get a little bit of like bread dough off this, which is something that I usually don't care for in whiskey.
So, to me, it's very sweet. The proof is there on the nose, and I like that. Those sweet notes. There's some oak. It's like red sweetness. I don't know how to put that. Like not
like red fruits, like a
yeah,
fruitiness?
kind of, but not like a fruitiness like an MGP fruitiness.
It's not the rye flavor, which it wouldn't be because this is half the rye of MGP's low rye.
No, but I like this nose a lot.
It's not as nutty as I usually get with Heaven Hill stuff.
I agree with that. Yeah. I agree. So like a lot of other Heaven Hill products, like Baker's or there's Baker's Jim Beam.
Baker's is Jim Beam.
Oh man.
Like your Heaven Hill bottled and bond.
Right. I agree with that. It's not as nutty, for sure. I think we should taste it.
It's a little creamy. Yeah, I think we should for sure taste it.
Cheers.
It's better on the palate. A little bit of cherry. A lot of sweetness. Like I got some sweetness on the nose. This is more like brown sugary.
On the palate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. It's and the proof is there too.
Yeah.
Like a really proofy, spicy. The finish doesn't seem to be super long though.
No.
Kind of goes away.
Really long legs.
Yeah. Yep. The viscosity is good. I
Yep.
like the mouthfeel.
Yep, good mouthfeel.
Not to be weird.
A lot of cherry on that last sip.
I get that brown sugar though.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I agree. It is better than the nose. I think the nose, maybe I just had something weird off the rip. Wasn't ready for the barrel proof.
Or
Happens.
yeah, I mean, yeah. Or you just don't like it as much, and you're allowed to not like it as much. So I don't know. I thought it was good nose, good palate.
On to number 2.
Number 2. That was nice.
You're nice. I like you.
All right, so this nose, I'm not getting any proof. Like I can get my nose into it and really inhale it, and
Yep.
I don't get anything. Like this one, the proof was on the nose for me.
It smells like a powdered sugar donut.
So I don't get that, but like this is even more for me. Red fruits. It was like very sweet.
It's definitely not as fruity to me.
Really?
I thought number 1 was quite a bit fruitier. The legs are not as long on this. They're thinner. Try it. I almost just sipped without asking.
I saw that. I think these legs are still pretty decent.
Okay.
But I agree. We drink it.
We drink it.
We drink
Cheers.
it. Cheers.
It's oakier.
Yeah, it's oakier. I think it drinks hotter too.
Yep, it's oak dominant to me.
Like there's not a lot of sweetness.
Nope.
Like I think the nose is all right.
Yeah.
Wow, that second sip is almost all oaken proof for
Yep.
me.
It is a struggle to get past the oak. There's definitely like a little bit of cherry, some leather, some like nuttiness, but the nuttiness is not there as much as on the first one.
I don't even think if I didn't know this was Heaven Hill
Mhm.
that I would think it's Heaven Hill.
Yeah.
Like the nuttiness is so little, which I think that's good. I think that's a positive because like I'm not a huge fan of like nuttier profiles,
Mhm.
right? Necessarily like as a dominant flavor.
Yep.
The proof, all right. So I'm still getting some heat on the
Mhm.
finish, but it's really like proof heat. It's not a lot of flavor.
Mhm.
Now I'm afraid. I'm afraid that my guess or my prediction was wrong. But this nose, going back to number 1, this is way nuttier on the nose
Mhm.
now, right? Like funk, and I do get kind of funk, like funky, nutty.
All right, Brandon.
Oh no,
This or that.
that.
Interesting.
I know, but going back to this one,
Mhm.
it's like all nuttiness.
Mm.
That's, I mean, the dominant. Even if I'm wrong in my prediction,
Mhm.
I'm choosing that.
Well, I think you're right in your prediction, but I think this is a full point better than that.
Okay.
This is just oak. It is literally like on the nose, on the palate, it is very oak dominant. And it is not complex in any way, shape, or form. This to me is the better whiskey entirely.
Off of the first experience, I
Mhm.
liked this one more than this one, right?
Mhm.
But when you go back, this is only nutty.
Right, but most of the time you're going to drink one by itself, not in a tasting.
But the point of this is to go back and
I
forth
do
to do
understand
this or
that.
that.
I still think even this, like I just sipped it because
If you like this more,
you challenged it to me. It is cherry, it is nuts, and it is more things than even this is just. It's just oak. Let's find out what they are.
Let's find out what they are. I agree.
Do you have a guess?
No.
I think this is the Fine Wine and Good Spirits. I think this is ECBP.
So you think the second one is
Yep,
ECBP?
I do.
Okay.
Faith, which is which?
The Glen on the left is the bottle on the right.
Okay, so it was Private Barrel on the left and Barrel Proof on the right.
Okay.
So you like the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A123 better, and I like the Private Barrel better. So both of our reactions are correct.
Yep.
I would drink this 10 times out of 10 over this.
10 times out of 10?
10 times out of 10.
What about like 6 out of 10?
Nope, there is not a single part of, because I don't like over oaked whiskey, and this is just oak.
See, I still think there's some nuance here. Like I get more than just oak. I get predominantly oak, but
Mhm.
I get some cherry. There's some sweetness in there. I think the finish is longer and better for me.
Mhm.
Like there was more of a finish over like time
Mhm.
experiencing it. And like I don't care if it's the A batch, you know, the ECBP
Yeah.
batched release, or it's a single barrel.
Right.
I think both are good.
Mhm.
I think both are really good. The other thing to consider is this is what, 70 and this is 80?
For now. We haven't seen the price increase. The
That's
single
true.
barrels are generally more expensive, yes. Here in Pennsylvania. It's 70 versus 80 here in Pennsylvania for the upcharge of a single barrel.
Listen, I really liked this when we tried it 1st,
Mhm.
but then you experience this one and you go back,
Mhm.
and then for me, this was just all nuttiness, and I don't love that overly nutty profile. Like Knob Creek,
Mhm.
to me, can be overly nutty, and Heaven Hill often has a nutty, like a very nutty influence as well, and it was just too much for me going back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're flip-flopped. It's actually correct this way. So I am Private Barrel. You are Barrel Proof. If you enjoyed this content, please check out our other videos, like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, cut. Blah. I think she's in the bathroom.